Hello, I'm John, the irreverent punk. I was more of a punk in my younger years than I am today. I went through a phase. I was really into Steve Albini briefly, um, Big Black and all that. And then Nirvana. That wasn't really punk. Well, I mean, it's kind of like the extension of punk, like Jello Biafra, the Dead Kennedys. I once saw Jello Biafra open for Tammy Faye Baker in Los Angeles. That was back in 2002. And it was just a bizarre performance. Bizarre. It was really surreal. And what made it even more surreal is I was sitting next to Henry Rollins. And I never asked for it. I didn't ask for his autograph. I just sat there and told him, I'm like, this is bizarre. I did say one thing to him, and that was it. But so I'm John, the irreverent punk, and this is the show where I am going to try to earn $1 million in 1 year over the next year, because I want to leave something for my children. I'm an older dad. I'm 54 years old. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old children. One of whom is at home sick today, fever. I don't know what's going on with him. We tested him for stuff, but we're going to make some changes. First of all, this live bit is going to be more live and not prepped ahead of time too much. Another thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the possibility of investing in the stock market or I don't know, some sort of investment thing that where we can put something. And I've been looking into different ways of using AI better. And I don't like this idea of just like for the first week was me just walking on the street and like trying to sell somebody a mug or something, and then like buying and selling something later. I don't know. That just seemed it was ridiculous in my opinion. So I'm going to look more into the idea of doing automation for agencies, maybe with loan officers. I'm going to look into the possibility of managing social media platforms and that kind of thing. But we're going to do this redesign. We're going to look at the stock market, trading. We're going to bring that back in, possibly do some fake trading, see how that goes, and do some analysis of that. Current events. Also, I want to bring in some current events. What's going on? I mean, the idea of investing in the stock market right now seems ridiculous, unless, of course, you're betting that it's going to fall further. So I think it's important to just like talk about what's actually happening in current events. I mean, the stock market is in a free fall in a sense, and there's a lot of change happening because of all these tariffs. And I mean, it's a political topic, but at the same time, I'm trying to earn $1 million, so it's got to be brought up, especially if I'm going to be doing any kind of investing in the markets. Also, let's see here. There was a comment that one of my viewers made, AI Vanguard. He says that I'm need to improve upon the prompts. And I'm not exactly sure what he means by that. Maybe the prompting or talking with or writing to AI is what he's referring to. And also I need to leverage the tokens. And I'm not exactly sure what that means either. See, that's the level of knowledge that I have about how to use AI and how to make this money over the next year. And I don't know, maybe a lot of you are in the same boat. Maybe a lot of you are I'm not exactly sure how you're going to leverage or how you're going to use AI in your life. Another thing I was thinking about was making passive income, right? So that would be like in the trading in the stock markets, that would be a passive income. But there's something that I learned about that's called a VC investing. And I believe that's investing in a company before it actually goes into the market. So there was a way before Canva went into the market that you can invest in it. Also, other things. So there's something I need to look into. Maybe if you know anything about VC investing, maybe you can write a comment to me about that. And then building on e-commerce. That's the final thing that I want to talk about is the irreverent punk shop, store. Eventually, we're going to be building in an e-commerce store. So those are some of the thoughts that I've had. And now we're going to chat. Oops. Going to write to AI, write to ChatGPT. Remove this stuff. And what was I going to do? Get to know each other a little bit more. I think it was, there we go. Getting to know the bot more. So what's the questions that I have for ChatGPT? Let's see here. I'm going to talk to Chat about the prompts, and the tokens. That's what I want to find out about. What did AI Vanguard mean by the leveraging the tokens? And what was the other comment that he made? Let me look that up quick. Excuse me. This shirt that I'm wearing today is from a gallery that I was a curator in a long time ago, called the Blue House Workspace. It's about 25 years old. The shirt's actually older than that because we bought them used in this space that was selling used labor. Okay. So what was the question again? The question is about the tokens. First, I want to know about the tokens. Is that what is that the tokens? In this context, tokens are just chunks of text that I use to understand and respond to you, like pieces of a sentence. Each token might be a word, part of a word, or even punctuation. Here's a quick breakdown. The word hello is one token. I didn't even know anything about this. The phrase ChatGPT is helpful. It's 5 tokens. I can process and remember a limited number of tokens in each conversation window, currently up to 128,000 tokens, which is roughly the length of a 300+ page book. Oh, okay. So when people talk about token limits, they're referring to how much text I can handle at once before things get forgotten or cut off. Okay, well that might help explain some problems that we had with a previous channel. So why doesn't AI remember, like when you're using it graphics, when you're creating like a character, right? Why can't you save that character? Okay, for graphics and images, I don't process them as tokens. Instead, they're handled in a separate visual system. When you upload an image, I analyze it using vision models that break it down into features, shapes, color, objects, etc., not word tokens. Well, why can't ChatGPT then remember visual models? And why can't we like bank it and save it for later use? So like if I create a graphic, why can't you remember graphic models? This is a juicy one. So here's the deal. I can analyze graphics using a visual model, like when you upload an image and ask me what's in it, but I can't store or remember specific visual information across conversations at the same time. Huh. Oh. We've got AI Vanguard here. He came in at the nick of time. Let's remember, but not everything. You can see what it remembers in the settings. It only remembers important things. Well, how does it decide what's important and what's not important? So you can actually look into the settings and see what it remembers. All right, so that's good. I didn't know that. That's good to know. That's good to know because there was So like if I create a character for a story, a book, a graphic novel, and I wanted to save that particular character and how it looks exactly the same and reuse it over and over and over again. I struggled with that on a previous channel where I was doing some stories for children, and that particular channel didn't work out so well. I mean, we might go back to it again. I don't know, but that was a real difficult thing to do. Yeah, it was really, really frustrating. I don't know if you heard me, AI Vanguard. Vanguard. So that term, AI Vanguard, that's a term that I briefly looked up today. That's used on a regular basis. What was it? How does that go? Oh, by the way, my son is home sick. He had a fever this morning. So I've been kind of busy all morning dealing with that. No offsite challenge. I think I've changed that. I'm not sure. I think I just want to get away from the offsite challenge for now, because all that keeps coming up is this idea of buying and reselling, buy and resell, buy and resell. Right. Say something or write something. Remember that or save this. No, I did that with the ChatGPT for the children's story. I was like, save this character, and we ran into some problems. I ran into some problems with the saving of the character, and it kept. So I had this one character where the entire head was just an eyeball, right? And it just kept like reinventing, changing that character. I don't know. All right. The show with the instruction. Future potential might exist, but right now it's for privacy. I don't store any of your images for simplicity. Visual memory is a tougher beast to wrangle safely. Huh. All right. So I went over to AI Vanguard's YouTube page. He doesn't have any content up in there. You don't have any content. I don't know much about you, but I really appreciate you being here and chatting with me. It's good to have a little interaction, you know. And I'll certainly reciprocate when you do create some content. What else did we have planned for the day? What else did we want to talk about? No, I was looking at. Oh yeah, I did want to mention. Oh yeah, Bluehost. I did want to look up Bluehost also for an e-commerce business. I originally was just going to use. Originally was just I used. What were the ones that I used before? It was. My memory is horrible. Shopify and Printful. Shopify and Printful were the ones that I used for my e-commerce store. And it's up there now, but you can't really order anything. I can't ship anything outside of Australia. I want to get it offline, but I need to figure that out too. I struggled. I tried to get it offline. And we got these tariffs to deal with, so the shipping is it's gonna be more expensive. I don't know. There's a lot to figure out. I guess we should do we want to talk about, do I want to do the oh, here we go. AI wrote something. Deep research button. See that deep research button. Start a new conversation. How can I make $1 million in a year leveraging AI? Click deep research. It will spend 5 minutes and use a good portion of your tokens for the day. Okay. Oh, I do see the deep research button. All right. I've never used the deep research button. Thank you very much, AI Vanguard. I will use the deep research button. That's what she said. Sorry. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. Let's just do that exactly what he says. But how do I make $1 million leveraging AI? And click the deep research button. Yeah, I'm sorry, AI Vanguard. I don't know if you're I don't know I don't know who you are. You're male or female. I was just being silly. Um all right. How do I leverage you or AI? No, to make $1 million in 1 year. And then we'll click the deep research. Oh, and so is that a telescope? The symbol is that a telescope? That's a telescope symbol. Deep research. Okay, and then it comes back 10 available until May 7th. Okay, so we'll put in. Okay. If you share a bit more, but open that are interested in, for example, are you looking to invest, build a business, create digital products? So all of this won't apply to what we've already done with AI. How much capital or time can you commit? Do you want active involvement or passive income? Yeah, I want both active and passive. You've already shared about your knowledge level, interests, and goals. I'll explore different paths like investing with AI tools, creating digital assets, launching lean businesses, or all right, starting research. Okay. that's that's funny. It will output something far better than buying random things. Yes, it will, I'm sure. All right, but I'm also just to let AI know. I mean, sorry, Vanguard know. The couple things that I'm looking into is to run a managing a social media platform for somebody. I'm thinking about that possibility using something called uh, so what is it, Taplio? I think that's how you pronounce it, Taplio automation agency, customizing automation for loan officers. I don't know, it's just a thought. Investing in AI companies, possibly passive income, but of course, then the e-commerce uh, for the Reverend Punk shop using some of my drawings and designs on whatever t-shirts, coffee mugs, whiskey glasses. Yeah. All right. So, all right, we did that. Awesome. Thank you for the feedback, AI Vanguard. Yes. Yes, I think that there needs to be there's a place for us all to kind of come together and develop a community and to help each other with our knowledge. I mean, I've got a lot of knowledge in the arts and a lot of knowledge in curating art shows and putting together large art shows and sometimes even I worked at a studio where we had a artisan residency program and I ran an artisan residency program and I know how to inspire uninspired artists and how to get them back on track. I work well with young, inspiring artists. I'm also a photographer. I've done a lot of photography. I could show some of my work sometime here. But let's. So now we've got the deep research going with AI with our AI, and I think for today's challenge, what are we going to do for today's challenge? Do it yourself. Oh, AI Vanguard's Road. Do it yourself with a community is best. I've followed AI gurus, but they are selling rubbish for thousands of dollars. Hmm. I wouldn't know. I haven't followed a lot of AI gurus. Uh, Actually, I've followed zero AI gurus. I mean, I did watch a few things with AI on YouTube. There seems to be a lot of toxic masculinity within the AI crowd or the tech bros, like that kind of really turns me off. And there's a lot of confidence. When I see somebody that just starts talking and they're like super confident, this will work. You will become a whatever and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how do you know that for sure? How are you so confident in this? So sometimes overconfident people will turn me off. I mean, having confidence is one thing. I mean, I've got a certain barrel of certain type of confidence. I'm not afraid of looking a fool, of looking like I'm not afraid of looking dumb or looking stupid or looking ignorant. I'm not afraid of that. So I have that kind of confidence. But that just comes with it, being old. Um, my producer is wondering if I'm ready for the show or not. Yes, ready for the show, bro. That's right. I let the cat out of the bag. I agree. I follow women, but even then they are just winging it. Might as well dive in, get hands dirty and learn for yourself. With AI, anything is within reach. Wait a second now. Is AI Vanguard actually a bot? Is AI actually a bot? Come on, you can follow me. I agree with everything you're saying. You're the best. With me, everything is within reach. Oh, look at that. Got 7 sources evaluating potential. Awesome. So it's working. It's working away. That's cool. This might be, I think, this is in-house. We're doing our in-house challenge right now. So I think this is basically our show. This is our challenge. I think this is what we want to do today. I think I might put together a quick little video of me. I wish not yet. Oh, I got an email from Vanguard too. Oh, you sent me an email a week or so ago. I'll have to check that out. I'm sorry. I haven't checked into that the irreverent punk at gmail.com. That's my email, is that the irreverent punk at gmail.com. I haven't looked at it, and that's not my primary email account. So I didn't expect anything to be there. I haven't looked into it. Gosh, when was the last time I looked into it? Like 7 days ago or 8 days ago? No, yeah, it was before we actually started. So it was like 8, 9 days ago. I could check it right now. Let's go into the spam. More. Down spam. 2. Hey, Punk. There it is. Mr. T. Okay. Hey, Punk. I'm one of your early subs. Should I read this out loud? I'm not going to read this out loud. Oh, okay. Here we go. Look at you. Dude, I'm so sorry I didn't check this sooner. I feel like I heal. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I went into the spam folder. And so now I'll change that, make sure it doesn't go into it's not spam. There we go. All right. I got it. I'll go through that. Yeah, that's right. Fair enough. I figured you hadn't looked at it. No, I haven't looked at it. That's right. Just got it now. Should I read it out loud? Should we go through it right now? Should do it live? Do it live. All right. Inbox. All right. Hey, Punk, I'm one of your early subs, number 18, and I'm rooting for you hard. Respect for going all in like this. It takes guts, and I think there's gold in your approach. You stay sharp with the tools and mindset. Quick heads up. Oh, it says no, please don't read it. Sorry. All right, I won't read it. I appreciate that. I did read the first paragraph, but all you said was I'm rooting for you. One of the early subs. I'll read the rest of it on my own. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, you were one of my early subscribers, and I think you're right. It is a good approach. I think we should have it an open book kind of approach on this, because I mean, all of this is new. This is all new to us. So how are we going to use it? I mean, a lot of people are really investing quite a bit into. There's all kinds of new AIs coming out soon, and it's hard to know exactly what's going to happen next. And I think that we need to figure out how we should use it, on the ground level, in the grassroots, so to speak, because otherwise it's going to be dictated as to how it will and how we should or shouldn't use it. And of course, the idea that AI is going to replace us is both scary and exciting at the same time. There's a possibility that we could get these AIs that are within what do they call it, skin, Android or skin or what, I don't know what's the term really used, but it would help you around your house. I mentioned this before, actually do your laundry and do your cooking and take care of the basic chores, and I'm all in on that. That sounds great. But and also I think that our economy is going to have to change and take this into consideration in some way. It just, there's no way that we can have this replacement or displacement of a workforce change such a huge change in the workforce without some form of I don't know, some form of basic income. There's this guy that I watch on Instagram he walked across Australia every day, and he basically he was saying that there needs to be general basic income for everybody, some kind of $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month for everybody. And now I think he's walking across Japan now. He's in Japan in the winter doing a walk across Japan for general income or basic income. I think I like that idea. But I mean, who's to say if that's the right way to go about this or the wrong way? I don't know for sure. I kind of like that idea. I mean, the idea that we have individual humans out there with billions of dollars hoarding. I mean, they got a sickness. Maybe we need to do an intervention and help them with their sickness. People who have billions of dollars in their bank account is a little concerning. I mean, if I actually earned $1 million over this next year, that would get me out of debt. That would put me to zero. I mean, what's that about? How is it that I have ended up with $1 million in debt? It seems crazy to me. I mean, if you told me that like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, that I would end up with $1 million in debt, I would just be like, yeah, there's no way. Why would I ever put myself into that kind of I avoided credit cards back in the 90s, and I remember I was offered a credit rating and a credit card in 1989, and I was just like, no, there's no way I'm gonna put myself into that kind of threat. Oh, how are you going to get those? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see it. Those robots to pay union dues. Yeah, exactly. Are you going to get them to buy cars? How are you going to get them to buy stuff? Well, there are some people that are talking about taxing the robots or taxing the AI. I don't know. I certainly don't have the answers. Um, who's going to buy stuff when we don't have any jobs? I don't know. There's definitely there needs to be a kind of a restructuring of society in some ways. Profits from the robots will need to be shared. The restructuring of society that needs to happen in some way soon, in the next 10 years. And that's what I'm talking about. Trying to get to a point where I don't have debt, where I don't have to pass on debt to my children. Nobody wants to share. I mean, that's why we have these hoarders. That's why we have billionaires who are suffering with these hoarding problems. Yeah, and the economy will collapse. The economy is currently in a place where it's about to collapse. It's looking like it, I mean, this brings up to sort of into this political. I don't really want to talk about politics too much, but I mean, we're talking about the economy, so it's a political topic. One of the things that I believe that's happening is what maybe Trump and or the tech bros are doing is this thing called acceleration. This philosophy of acceleration, accelerating a society into a collapse and then come out the other side, smelling better or whatever, looking better, looking at possibly millions of people dying because of it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really want to go there, but it is a concern of mine. All right. Well, I don't think that I'm not sure how to get back into. Well, of course, an AI would say that. The more I talk with you, Mr. Vanguard, Mr. or Mrs. Vanguard, uh, more I'm starting. No, but I mean, it's a good point. And then people have made that point. I think, what's his name? The sci-fi writer from the night. I'm trying. Um, the towers and uh, shit. Why can't I think of his name right now? He writes about how there will be a day when humanity will need AI to help govern them. They will be able to make the most difficult. I mean, it's been talked about in a lot of different. Ian Banks talked about in a lot of different sci-fi stories. Yeah, I mean, I don't because of the greedy. There's not a lot of egalitarian leaders to get to that top, to get to that level of leadership. A large percentage of leaders really need to have this a psychopathy. They need to be sociopaths that uh, just all they really care about for the most part is themselves. Like you have surgeons, is there sociopaths or psychopaths? And what other jobs? What's he saying now? EU is passing the AI Act. UK is tweaking laws. China's already regulating. They are. I know about that. Japan's going soft law. US still debating. World's racing to control the bots before they control us. That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta wrap this up. Thank you, AI. AI Vanguard, for joining me today. And you're right that your last topic is that we're all, the countries are moving towards that, and it needs to happen quickly in some way. I don't know how it's going to work out, but my son needs help. He's home sick today. I'm going to go take care of him. Thank you very much for joining me. You're with the Irreverent Punk, talking to you about how we're going to earn $1 million over the next year. Ciao.